in another development. They had demand that is believed to have brought this upon you. Whatever you are facing in that contraption today, a demand that facilitated or orchestrated that. Yakubu of INEC, it was at the National Assembly and was with some committee like that, and they were talking about the local government autonomy, where they believe that the INEC should be conducting the local government elections, not the state SEC. So in that exchange, this was Yakubu's response, if you care.
The position of the Commission on what the Joint Committee calls trending issues surrounding the Supreme Court judgment and local government elections, the position of the Commission. I would have loved to be asked by the Commission, by the Joint Committee, if there is any specific thing you would like to know about the position of INEC. But so far, we have had three broad arguments or positions canvassed. One, transfer responsibility for the conduct of local government elections to INEC. The question is, and that's probably what this Joint Committee wants to hear, if that's done, can INEC cope? I will come back to that. The second proposition we have had is that no, there should be a new Federal Electoral Commission for local government elections. And then thirdly, there is another argument that no, leave the state electoral commissions to conduct local government elections in the spirit of federalism, but find a way of ensuring that they improve on the conduct of local government elections. Right now, the law has not been amended. The same constitution that creates INEC also creates the state independent electoral commissions. So it is up to the National Assembly to amend the law to transfer that responsibility to INEC. If that is done, the question is, can INEC cope? Because we have also been saying that we should be unbundled. That is true, but we have never said that we should be unbundled beyond the conduct of electoral activities rather than elections. There are two activities we handle. There is what is called electoral activities, not necessarily related to elections. It includes voter registration, registration and regulation of political parties, prosecution of electoral offenders, delimitation of constituencies, and what have you. These are electoral activities. And we believe that some of these responsibilities can be handled by other agencies. And this point has been made consistently since 2008 by committees established to reform our electoral processes, beginning with the West Commission in 2008, who said that some responsibilities should be removed from the Independent National Electoral Commission. And the same argument was made by the Lemu Committee in 2011, and by the Indamani Committee in 2018, and also by members of the National Assembly who sponsored individual bills for the creation, especially of the Electoral Offenses Commission and Tribunal. I don't want to digress into the Electoral Commission and Offenses Tribunal issue, but if any distinguished senator or honorable member asks me later, I will now say what I think about the Electoral Offenses Commission and Tribunal. So, if this responsibility for conduct of local government election is transferred to INEC, can INEC cope? The answer is yes, INEC can cope. What are we? By definition, INEC is the Independent National Electoral Commission. But right now, we do national elections, we do state elections, we do local government elections. A National Electoral Commission may be expected to handle only the Presidential and National Assembly, but we also do governorship elections, we do state assembly elections, and we do the area council elections in the Federal Capital Territory, the only part of the country where INEC conducts local government elections. So if we are asked to do these elections, yes, we can. And our track record actually proves that we can do it. Take the case of the Federal Capital Territory. And I would like to say one or two things about the Federal Capital Territory local government elections. There are 6 area councils in the FCT. So there are 6 chairmen of area councils, meaning chairmen of local governments. But there are 62 wards in the FCT. Each ward is a councillorship constituency for the election of councillors. And this is one part of the country where INEC has conducted local government elections. And it has resulted in the following. Number one, it is perhaps the only part of the country where local government elections are held regularly. As and when due, elections are held in the FCT. Number two, there has never been a caretaker committee for any area council in the FCT. INEC has been conducting the elections regularly. Number three, there is stability of tenure or security of tenure. It used to be 3 years, but in 2022, the National Assembly amended the Electoral Act to provide for a 4-year tenure for area councils in the FCT. So they enjoy security of tenure. Number four, no single political party has ever won elections in all the constituencies in the FCT. Not one. In fact, what is interesting now is that out of the 6 chairmen of the FCT, actually the council, the constituencies are evenly split between the APC and the PDP. APC have 3 area councils, PDP have 3 area councils. In fact, what is equally very interesting for me for the FCT is that, take the 6 area councils, you have the most urban area councils, Amak and Buari.
Nuisance, Lele.
I was supposed to be in jail, by the way. But like I said from the beginning, the more criminally you are, the likelihood that you are going to hold sensitive, important positions or government or public institutions. That's how it works. If you dare try to be different, that you want something done rightly, you will be sacrificed and you will be damned. That is the guy that is going to conduct your 2027 charade again. So you better be prepared. In that same chamber was where the exchanges between Adams Oshi-omo-ole and the supposed JAMB, Ishak Oloyede, is that what his name is? Oloyede or so. That man from JAMB that used 900 million naira to fumigate mosquitoes. 1.1 billion naira for meals. He came back later to deny it, but he couldn't deny that in front of them at the place. Like, that was supposed to be a man that they said saved JAMB from, financial hemorrhage or something like that. Now I have that exchanges. Do you mind?
I joined in the preferring the point by my disciplined brother that work with 1 billion cannot be miscellaneous. We need to have the details. But I also feel that the guys who are paying these, the source of revenue, they are the sons and daughters of people who are grossly underpaid. So raising revenue for candidates who are seeking admission, whatever, for me is something we need to look at. Should we impose more punishment on people who, because in most cases, they have to fall back on few privileged people, businessmen, and in particular politicians, to say, I can't afford to pay XYZ, can you pay for me? I think that JAMB should be sensitive to the reality of the country as it is today, that we are not supposed to put more burden on the children of the poor who attend universities. So for me, it's not something to celebrate, because it's like deepening the challenges that the poor are already facing. Now, that said, I look at how you spend the money, and I have huge challenges. For example, you go to number 13, and 14 on page 13. I see here local travels and transport orders, 600 million. Then 14 with Esther, local travels and transport training, 6.4 billion. Now, if you add the two, it becomes 7 billion. Which, how can you have two categories of local travel? Is it one within Kaduna, or sorry, within Abuja, and the other one within Nigeria? How is it? So, because what I found from all the agencies is that huge resources are spent on training, and training will rely for the specific content of those training and who benefit from the training, and cross it over the total sum. You find that this cannot be justified. Not at the time when we are borrowing to fund our budget. Then I look at some of the items, they are almost one and the same. You spending 850 million naira for security. I don't know whether you are entitled to security vote. Cleaning and fumigation, 850. Even if you live in a farm, do you need this kind of money to, what are you fumigating? I guess snakes or mosquitoes that will consume this amount? Because for me, this is the problem we face about throwing so much money on issues that cannot be verified. Just like local government breaking rules, and when you ask them, they say it fell after. And so you cancel it. Then refreshment. Refreshment and meals, 1.1 billion naira. Are you entitled to be fed by government? And your workers being freely fed? Now, these are huge numbers. When you take them together, you realize that you are spreading forward what you are generating for poor students, some of them orphans. Then we need to be more critical about how you spend. My general impression is that there is a level of luxury spending and things that are neither here or there. I see here, and I think next time we should have the privilege of having these documents in advance so that we can do proper
Nigeria is not a real place, and that is not just a statement. It's a statement of fact. And you have to be somebody who is ready to be a deep thinker to understand what that means, okay? Because Nigeria is a place where everything is, how do I put this? So, like, it's a place that defies logic. Like you can say, this is how things are done in a saner climate, right? In a saner climate. And so logically, well, that's how it should be. When you get to Nigeria, it defies all logic. You'll be more than disappointed if you want to use any standard, any normal standard of how things should be done. When it comes to this contraption, it defeats all that, defies it, and you just have to take whatever you get. So that's why I said it's not like a real place. It is that bad, right? That even when they do something right, it is considered a mistake. They were celebrating this Oloyede guy who has been there now for nearly 10 years. You know, this guy was there since 2015 or something. He's been appointed as a JAMB registrar or something like that since 2015. And they said, oh, that those before him only remitted 30 million naira. Since he came, he has been remitting 1 billion, 2 billion. They kind of have been hyping him. He's not corrupt. He's and all of that. Now, the guy sat there. They were reading his own budget to him. It's like they are reading your own budget to you. And you sat there quietly, surprised that they are actually like so interested in the numbers. Then today he came out and he said, no, the refreshment is not 1.1 billion, it is 1 million naira. Are you mad? Are you really mad? Like, you actually had the opportunity of saying no there. You didn't. You fumigated where? Your offices across Nigeria of mosquito, Papa, with 850 million naira. Like, are you mad? You traveled, local travel with 6.5 or so million billion. What are you talking about? 7 billion for traveling and then training of staff. What would you? But that's how they do it in that place. So it's like he raised the fund, then he started taking care of himself. You know, like they say, now where man they walk, now we're in the shop. That's why they call them workshop. You know, because if he doesn't spend the money, another person they will appoint after him will come and spend the whole money. Ask Peter Obi. Obi was governor for 80 years. As he was paying bursary, he was paying contractors, owed no one, no debt. He didn't borrow any money. Anambra State had zero debt. And they also had surplus, $150 million deposited somewhere, and over 120 billion naira deposited somewhere. All facts, only for another looter to take over, Obaino. Obaino spent 8 years as governor of Anambra State. Looted the $150 million, looted the 120 billion naira. And at the end of the day, when it was done, Anambra State was in debt of over 200 billion naira. And guess what? Half of that is the debt owed to contractors. So what is the essence? And that's why you can see somebody like a Dumbo Solu Dumb coming to take a diss at Peter Obi, that he has the record, that there's no record that Obi left the money for him. Are you mad? Somebody was there for 80 years. He is now a guest of the EFCC today because of the loot. The looting he perpetuated after Obi. The man that left the money is walking about and is daring all of you to bring evidence of his, if he had committed any crime or any financial crime when he was governor, bring the evidence. But no, you jumped Obaino and went back for the person who actually really saved you money, improved your education, improved your healthcare, improved your infrastructure, to the point that somebody else who came after that plundered everything, and his name is not being mentioned. I'm just using an example like that, like, you know, Oloyede is like, if I raise the money, somebody else will come and steal the money, which is the norm. You know, it is the norm. So he had to take care of himself, start taking the money himself, just before he's going to get kicked out or something. And if you ask them, who is going to pay these debts? They will say maybe, they will be like this segment. They say, Jesus has paid all my debts. I think this is what I'm going to be doing in 2025. If I owe you money, I need you to know that no be me they owe you money. Because Bible says Jesus has paid all our debts. So if I owe you money, if I borrow money from you, I owe you money, or anybody where they owe, play them this clip.
Then gbogbo time tí mo ń yáwó lọ́wọ́ yín ìgbà tí mo wà nínú ayé ni tí Bíbélì ń pè ní ìgbà àìmọ̀. Bíbélì dẹ̀ fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ fún mi pé Jésù olùgbàlà aráyé ó ti san gbogbo gbèsè mi. Ó ti san gbogbo gbèsè mi. So bí mo bá jẹ ẹnikẹ́ni lówó, ẹ bá mi rí Jésù. Ẹ pè wọ́n, ẹ fẹjọ́ mi sùn wọ́n. Bàbá mi tí ń bẹ lọ́run kò ní dójú tì mí. Ó possible kẹ́ má ra lot. But mo pé owó yẹn máa ti add up mọ́nú account yín, go there and check properly. Ẹni tó rán mi níṣẹ́ ti san gbogbo gbèsè mi. Then
You get that now? Possible. It is possible for you not to see any alerts. But if I am owing you, report me to Jesus. Because my Father in heaven has paid all my debts. I think I should be using that. It's just that it doesn't really work that way. It doesn't really work that way. But why not? That's just by the way. Talking about Jesus and the people who have been using his name to make money, pastorpreneurs, and those who have been using the pulpit as well to cause trouble. Fubara sent a message. You see, this is irony of it, right? Fubara went to a church and then he complained that the church should stop allowing politicians to use the church to attack their opposition. And he is actually doing the same, in my own opinion. Here, listen to this.
To all the religious body in this state, please, your pulpits should be a place to talk about the progress, talk about the unification of the people of Rivers State. It shouldn't be a point of an opportunity for people to as a passion, to abuse people, to say all sorts of things. I'm more worrisome in the house of God. Please, I want to beg you, you need to stop it, including myself. If I start shooting out of order, take away if I drag the bike from me. I thank every one of you again for your prayers, and I wish everyone a successful 2025 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
I mean, I like that. He said, including me. Drag the microphone from, who go drag microphone from Wike or Fubara? Let's be honest. Who is going to lead the charge? That is wait to be seen, right? Yeah, we probably will see something like that this year. I'm just saying. So in another one, there is this new Minister of Humanitarian Disaster, Poverty, what do you call it? Poverty Minister. No, I think I have a name for them. So it's Humanitarian Disaster and Poverty Elaboration, something like that, Sha. Their job is actually not to remove poverty. Trust me. It is to manage it. And that's what the politicians in Nigeria have been doing. Their job is not to end poverty in Nigeria. Their job is to manage it. And the only success they have is that there are more people that have now fallen into poverty. That is their achievement. If you want to know those who claim to be, lifting people out of poverty, go and check it. Now, them, they get lifted out of poverty, starting from Shadia, Bokwari's former girlfriend, in whose name they opened this new business called Ministry of Poverty and Humanitarian Disaster. She is now a multi-billionaire. From person where they sell kunu and tuwo shinkafa. She is a multi-billionaire today. A woman that shared over 600 billion naira in just 3 weeks without using any data, without using any bank. And yes, she shared over 4 trillion naira in 4 years. That is Shadia. We have no idea those who collected the money, but she is now above poverty. She is so rich that a court has ruled that she must return 960 billion naira. The money they felt like she looted. 960 naira has not been returned. So whenever they tell you that they are lifting people out of poverty, no, they are lifting themselves, their family members, their friends, concubines out of poverty. That's what they are doing, because they automatically ended up being richer than they were before they were given that appointment. So here is another clown